We're with track coach Mike Heimerman, whose team had a very successful Saturday at the Leon Johnson NSU Invitational. Now you've got a week off and the conference meet is around the corner. Mike, let's recap Saturday's home meet. Lots and lots of highlights for your teams.
We had a ton. I'm going to end up and probably forget one or two of them, but we had a very, very good meet from just about top to bottom. We'll start off with the men's sprints. Justin Walker, he basically set two school records. I don't think neither one of them get to count because the wind was a little bit too high, but he ran 10:08, and I think it's third or fourth fastest time in the country in the 100, even with the wind. 200 was a little bit breezier, but he ran 20:48, another great time. Keenan Jackson was phenomenal in the 200 and the 400. Ran a 21:67, I think, in the 200, and ran 47:69 in the 4. Had another strong weekend for him. He's starting to really kind of get back to the clicking mode where he was at the end indoor. So looking really good. Two big things out of those two guys. Let's see. And then on the women's side, sprints, Kenya McDaniel had another great day in the 100, the 200. And then the long jump was her big day. She jumped 20 foot 5.5. I think that puts her in the top 25 in the country. So that was another big day for her. And that was, two PRs in the long jump, and then she had a PR in the 200, and I want to say a PR in the 100. I mean, it was just an overall great day for her. So she'll be battling for a female, the meet athlete of the meet, or athlete of the meet, I should say. I guess we'll stay over on the jumps. I think Aaron had Aaron had an okay day in the triple jump. I think he was a little fatigued after the long jump. Long jump went decent. His brother, Emmanuel, who were redshirting, I think jumped 24.9, and didn't even really finish the jump. Kind of bailed on it. But the jumps was probably the first time the jumps was off this year for all of our kids. Other than Kenya, other than Kenya, our jumps were a little off. And that was the first time. I think Portia Thomas jumped right out of her PR, 40 foot 3/4 of an inch, which was good, and she's really, really consistent. I'm waiting for that big 40'6" to 41-foot jump to happen. But I think they've still got work to. I think Coach Miller worked them through the meet a little bit this week, and even though it was home, they still look good. But I know that they could have been a little bit better. But we're setting them up for conference. Hurdlers, Brent Giddings got back down into his 1460s in the 110 hurdles. He ran a pretty good race. With it being a little breezy, that got him a little faster, and that gets him to the hurdle a little quicker. So he hit a few of them to kind of knock him off balance. So he did a really good job battling on that. 400 hurdles, Consuela Lindsay won it again. I think she was a little easy on the first 300, and she kicked it home really, really good. She ran a strong last 110, 150 meters, but the first 300 to 280 meters I think was a little bit slow for her. I was hoping that she'd break the 60-second barriers. I think she ran 61 and some change, but it's still a good race. Whenever you get the win, is still a win, and that's good. And then if we can do that in 2 weeks, that'll be great. Again, since she's a senior, going out on top would be great. Throws had a great weekend. Rochelle Bessard broke school record in the hammer and had a great, a huge PR, about a 3-meter PR in that. Broke a 5 or 6-year-old school record, I think it was, by Dejan Griffin. And then Keona Jackson had a PR in the hammer. It was a great day for him. Then discus, Shakimia Johnson had a PR in the discus and won the discus, and took over the conference lead from her teammate Rochelle, who had an off day and still threw pretty well in the discus. But it was a great day for the discus, a great win. It was a good win for the discus. In fact, one of the throws, Shay walked out on because it was heading out of bounds, but the wind pushed it right back in bounds, and it would have been a really big PR. But hopefully she saw that she can that she threw that, and she can duplicate it maybe at conference. But top to bottom, again, we had a great meet. 4x1s ran well. We didn't get to run 4x4s this week because we ran the kids in a lot of events. And, we had them fatigued. It was really warm. It was around 90 degrees. With the wind, the kids didn't get to see the sweat on them, so that wind dried it. So they were getting pretty dehydrated. And so we had a lot of cramping going on. So we had to wash our 4x4s. But, overall, it was a good weekend, top to bottom from all the athletes. It was a great weekend.
All right, now you've got 2 weeks looking ahead to the conference meet. What is the training cycle and the strategy?
Well, we'll have an easy day today with some of them recuperating, but then we'll go back and we'll have a pretty good a work week of 7 days. Over the next 7 days, we'll work pretty good. We got to focus on finals. We start finals on Friday with most of the group. Our seniors, we have 5-6 seniors that'll start finals today, so we'll have to work around them. But it's all about our academics right now, and making sure we're healthy, fine tuning a few things because we we can't make the world right now. It's already made. Our bed's made, and we're just kind of fine tuning, tweaking a few things, and we'll be ready to roll in a week and a half, 2 weeks.
All right. And looking ahead, I know you already have signed a very high number of student athletes to come in and join the team next year, and you continue to look for others in a broad sense. Tell us about the recruiting for track and field.
Recruiting this year, we needed a lot. We had a lot of spots opened up on the men's side that we didn't get to fill from last year, and with a few seniors this year that are graduating and some other spots that opened up for both men and women. We've recruited right now, I think we have 36 or 37 on the signing class as of right now, and we'll probably end up in signing another 5 to 10, and this will be the largest signing class that I know of. I've been here since 1995, but it's the largest signing class that I think that the track and field programs had here ever. We got a lot of depth and a lot of events and a lot of quality in every event. So we're very, very happy. It's a shame, the coaching staff has talked a little bit about, we're looking forward to next year, even though that this year's, we're having an extremely great season this year, but yet we're already looking forward to next year because we're bringing in so much talent that, at least that's what they've done right now is if us as a coaching staff doesn't mess that up, we should be pretty good. We'll put our men's and women's numbers back up as a whole together over 70 for a team next year, and that puts us back in the number where we want to be at least. We wouldn't mind get up into the 80 to the 90 range, and that's a lot of kids. A lot of people don't realize how many kids are out for track. When I just said 70, this is a down year, and we have about 45 men and women. So that's a small class, small group for us. So next year we'll get back to some numbers, and we'll have depth in every event where we can run multiple relays and kind of get back to where we have competition to make travel squads again.
Okay. Next week we'll preview the conference championships.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.